Hey book nerds, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about 5 series that I need to finish. These series are all books that I started last year, I believe, I don't think any are older than last year. And I really need to finish them because I'm really bad at remembering what happens in series, and if I don't read them soon then I'm going to forget. Like, it's already at the point where I can barely remember some of them. So yeah, these aren't in any particular order, these are just book series that I need to finish, and I'm hoping that making this video will motivate me to actually finish them. So the first one is probably the biggest one, and that is Scythe by Neal Shusterman. So I've read Scythe probably like 2 years ago now, and then I read Thunderhead almost as soon as it came out, and really loved Thunderhead. I thought Scythe was pretty good, but I really loved Thunderhead. And then I was so excited for the Toll to come out, and then I've just not read it yet. I've not even bought it yet, which is pretty bad. And I don't know what it was. I normally read this kind of book around November time, and I think I didn't get around to it. And then I've just been distracted by lots and lots of other books. And I've also heard that the Toll is not particularly well liked. So if you liked it, let me know down below, because I would love to hear some more positive opinions on it. But I definitely want to... I think I'm going to re-listen to these books, which is the other reason I've been putting them off. I've got them both on audiobook now. I think I'll listen to them and then read The Toll, but it's just finding time to do that because they are some chunky audiobooks. The next series, I don't know how well known it is, but it's called the Market of Monsters series, and the first one is Not Even Bones by Rebecca Schaeffer. I saw this advertised a fair bit when it first came out, and it kind of dropped out of existence. This, I think, is 3 books long. I don't know if it's just trilogy. Don't know if it's just a trilogy, but one of them came out fairly recently, I think, or is coming out in the next few months. And I was pleasantly surprised by this series. It was a pretty weird book, but I liked some of the stuff it did. And I read this last November, so it'd be really cool if I have any time near the end of this year to kind of read the next books in the series before I completely forget what happens in this. But this is about like a magical fantasy world, and she can, the girl works for someone who kills and harvests body parts of monsters, and then she ends up freeing one of the monsters, and the story kind of develops from there. But yeah, really interesting, and some very cool use of morally grey characters. The next one is just a duology, so there's really no excuse for me not to have finished it, and that is Grim Lovelies by Megan Shepherd. Again, I read this in November, I think around the same time I read the previous book, Not Even Bones. This is more of like a fantasy feel. This is about a bunch of people in a world where they used to be animals and they've been bewitched into people, and then their witch dies and they have to do something to stop themselves from turning back into mindless animals at the end of a time period. I think it's like 3 days or something. It's really good, I really liked it, and because it's a duology I really want to get to the next one, but again the same thing happened where winter passed and I stopped feeling like reading these kinds of books, so yeah, I definitely need to get around to it. The next one I have zero explanation for, and it is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. Because I read it last September and I loved it. It was fantastic. It's a long book for me in that it's like 400 plus pages, but I really enjoyed it. It didn't feel like I was reading a long book, and I was really keen to read the other 2, and I've not, and I should, and I don't know when I will, but I really want to, so I just need to make time for them. Definitely, because these are like so up my street, and I'm particularly into murder mysteries at the moment. I've been watching a lot more of the old Agatha Christie's again with my partner, and reading kind of murder mystery themed books, and like, yeah, it's time for this. I don't know when. Finally, we have the Six of Crows duology. Again, it's a duology, so I should definitely have finished it by now. I listened to Six of Crows last May for Mental Health-a-thon, and I really liked it. I think I liked it less because it was an audiobook, and I've realised since that I find it very hard to process fantasy books as audiobooks. So I would like to reread this with my eyes. And then I also have the second one as an audiobook, but I haven't yet decided if I want to listen to it or read it. But yeah, again, I read this, I really liked it. I didn't like it as much as some people, but I like it. That's just because of how I feel generally about fantasy. And I'm curious to see where the story goes. I can kind of remember bits and pieces, but this is like one I would 100% reread before carrying on with. So yes, that was really quick, just 5 series I need to finish. Let me know what series you've been procrastinating. Let me know if you've read any of these, if you think there's one I should prioritise or one I need to get around to reading. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, it helps me out massively, and I hope to see you next time.